Welcome to the forecast. To my right, we have AP18 himself. Alex, how you doing?
Hello, everybody.
And to my left, G-Dub himself. Garrett, how you doing?
Doing good.
This is the Wednesday Comics Forecast. My name is Marvin. We're here to tell you the comic books coming out for the week of September 12th, 2018.
You mean December?
What'd I say?
You said September.
Well,
Yeah.
You know. Well, it's close enough. Magic Order, number 5 of 6. This is Mark Miller and Olivia Coppel. This is the Moonstone family team up against Albany and her assassin, the Venetian. Can Gabriel overcome the death of his child and save humanity from the forces of darkness? A war that is raged between the last members of the Magic Order and the powers of evil that want to destroy them. Alex, Magic Order, how's it going so far?
It's a good book. Last issue, I remember, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been, what, month and a half at least, if not 2 months?
Yeah, I would say so.
So I do feel a little lost in what happened. I know that, was his name Gabriel, the brother that wanted nothing to do with it, all of a sudden is just jumping back into it. His family was threatened. His wife and kid were threatened. Now he's coming back to kick some ass. By all means, all excited about that. But this is one of those books that started out really strong for me. And I'm hoping that it continues to be strong. But if it's anything like Mark Miller's like Huck, I was super amped for that book. And then when it got to the end, I was like, oh, it's fine. But there's something I expect from this, and I don't know if I'm going to get it.
Some of his other ones ended well. I think we like Chrononauts and the Jupiter Circle, Jupiter's Legacy ended pretty well. So
I don't count those books anymore. Those are old news.
Huck is as old as those ones. Oblivion Song, Kirkman and DeFicellini, The Dangers of Oblivion are running free, but how? Garrett, how?
I guess basically it's the Oblivion is coming back to Earth again. So it's kind of like Pacific Rim, where there's portals forming on Earth for these monsters to get back. And these monsters have one thing, and that's basically spread and control the world. So during all of this, Nathan and his brother are working on some family issues, but the monsters are getting more and more lethal. I'm really enjoying it. The art's really good. The story, it's been kind of on a stalemate, I think, recently, because there's a conflict with Nathan and his brother. There hasn't been a lot of huge threats coming from the monsters, but I feel like the next arc is going to be that. So definitely something that if you're like, the Godzilla trailer just came out today, like totally check it out.
Skyward number 9. This is Joe Henderson, Lee Gerbert. Here there be Dragonflies Part 4. Alex, how's Skyward doing?
Skyward is an amazing series, and if I remember correctly, it's actually going to be a maxi/mini, which is fine. I love a good book that has a story to tell and is able to wrap itself up, but this book looks amazing, and the weird transition we've made into this last arc, I'm assuming, is the people that have been working with the bad guy actually turned on the bad guy, spoiler. And so now we're going to see what's going on in this camp they got going on. So it's a good book. If you're looking for just a nice fun ride, this is a book for you.
I didn't hear that it was just a maxi series, or where did you hear that?
Maybe I made it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe
I thought Marvin and I talked about it.
Yeah, we did. I think one of the last lists said it was 12 issues. Black Hammer Cthulhu. This is Dark Horse Comics. Jeff Lemire, Emmy Lennox. From the pages of Sherlock Frankenstein comes a horrific tale of Lovecraftian and teenage angst spawned by the emission of the Cthulhu god. Cthulhu's struggles in his teens at school due to her monstrous appearance. Finally fed up with the bullying and abuse, she decides she'll do anything to make herself normal. Emmy Lennox returns to the Black Hammer world. And there you go, Jeff Lemire. The man is expanding this universe as fast as he can. It's good to see that he has the main book going, and then he does these side stories to kind of flesh it out. So there you go. Pick that up. Black Hammer, speaking of which. Black Hammer. Oh, excuse me. Hellboy Winter Special 2018, Mike Mignola, and some various people. But we got Ben Steinbeck, Gabriel Ba, Fabio Moon, Tonichi Zonik, and Dave Stewart. 3 wintry tales featuring a Mike Mignola and Ben Steinbeck team-up for New York Eve seance gone wrong when Hellboy visits a family's English home. Fabio Moon and Gabriel Ba revisit BPRD Vampire with a new tie-in story, and Tonchi Zonik returns to write and draw Lobster Johnson. So there you go. Hellboy Winter Special. Alex, you getting that?
I am.
You should
I figure every year I can at least get one Hellboy book, and it's going to be that Winter Special.
There you go. You got some Mignola, you got some Fabio Moon and Gabriel Ba. So there you go. Quantum Age. From the world of Black Hammer, here's Black Hammer. Number 5, Jeff Lemire, Wilfredo Torres. Journey through time via the Parazone leads our hero to confront crucial characters from the Black Hammer verse. Ties directly in to the Eisner Award-winning Black Hammer comic series. There you go. What do you think, Garrett? How's Quantum Age going?
Quantum Age is, I kind of compare it to like a Batman Beyond universe. It's the future universe of the Black Hammer comic that we've been reading. Totally surprised there was a 5th issue. I thought I saw at one point that this was only a 4-issue series, so I don't know if this is the end or if it's going to continue to be an ongoing. What doesn't add up, though, is like I can't fully commit to believing everything in this book just because of the reveals in the actual Black Hammer series. So I'm like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but I am enjoying the story, but I just don't want to trust it completely because that's what I did with Black Hammer, and I still don't have answers from that yet. So I do enjoy it, and I think if the big reveal of Black Hammer didn't come out yet, I think this would be a better book for me, but it's still a really good read.
IDW Team and Team Macro Series, number 4, Raphael. Kevin Eastman writing, Kevin Eastman drawing, Ben Bishop also. Raphael is pushed to his breaking point as he is separated from his brothers and forced to endure an onslaught from the nefarious Bishop. Unlike anything he has experienced in the past, oversized action from TMT co-creator Kevin Eastman was who scripts and does layouts with inks from Ben Bishop, an important turning point for Raphael that will leave long-lasting repercussions. Alex, Kevin Eastman drawing and scripting. What do you think?
Aces. I think it's nice to see Eastman put his foot back in on the artistry other than just the B covers for the ongoing series. I read Donatello, was good. It was a really good issue. Mikey, probably one of my favorite Turtles books I've ever read. I haven't read Leo yet, but I love these books that focus on one of the Turtles and kind of give you that emphasis on their strengths or how they deal with things. That's what Mikey was so strong about. Raph, I'm hoping, is just as good. I love these books. This is one of those things that when you get to see the spotlight on them, it makes me love these characters even more.
Here we go. Batman Annual, number 3. This is DC Comics. Tom Taylor, Otto Schmidt on art. The other side of the penny, Alfred Pennyworth, has been Batman's most trusted ally and confidant since the Dark Knight first hit the streets of Gotham City. Now witness Batman's battle for justice from Alfred's perspective and learn how harrowing that journey has been as Batman experiences one of the worst nights Gotham City has ever seen. A night that will push Alfred to the breaking point. Best-selling writer Tom Taylor presents an epic tale that promises to be one of the most Alfred stories ever told. Garrett, what do you got? Tom Taylor and Otto Schmidt?
10. Like, God, I love Otto Schmidt's art. I wish that guy was doing a book all the time. And Tom Taylor is one of my favorite writers. And I think if anyone can tell a really good Alfred story in a Batman annual, it's definitely Tom Taylor. So
I believe this is Tom Taylor's first actually DC, like in the real DC universe, DC book.
Yeah. I mean, he tore it up in an alternate universe, so I think he can handle the real universe.
Here we go. Batman Damned. Speaking of alternate universes, number 2, Brian Azzarello, Lee Bergermo, as Batman descends into the madness of Gotham City. Descendant unumbrella continues. He must try to exorcise some of his demons And who better to help that than the demon Etrigan himself? And where there's demons, there's also Deadman, a Spectre, and an Enchantress. A host of other supernatural friends and foes. It's the veritable Grand Gunal. Alex, what do you think? Batman Damned number 2, chance of penis in this one?
Question is some more battling, probably. I loved issue 1. To be fair, it's been a long time since the issue 1 came out. That's been at least August or September?
I don't remember.
Because I know I think this issue is 1 month more behind. So I think it's supposed to be in November, so it must have been September. Anyway.
Yeah, it was September because it was right before SuperCon.
Okay. I loved issue 1. I'm excited to get issue 2. That art is fantastic. Some douche canoe just texted me. His name is Garrett.
He's got a giant ass list, I heard.
That's what I hear. I don't know. This is one of those books that until it comes out, I don't know what to expect. And are we going to get the same controversy that we did in issue 1? Or do you think that DC's shut that down? There's no way we're getting more bat penises.
You know what? One little point on that. There would have been no controversy if people could just be fucking mature. Like, I didn't even come away from that being like, holy shit, that was a cool bat penis. Like, I came away from it like, that was actually a really good comic, but people are so focused on like the fucking battling that it like, I feel bad for that creative team because like they put out this piece of work and just because you got some shadowed side penis, now everyone's just like, oh, penis. It's like,
excuse me, that was full frontal, not side penis.
No, it was not. It was in the dark. You don't see,
just
you don't see the smoke and the pancakes.
Just because it's in the dark doesn't mean you don't see it from the front.
Oh, I saw everything.
I know, but it's not in like it's not like it's zoomed in on his junk. It's just like he's naked.
But that's the thing is that unfortunately we the world we live in, you can't see penises even if it's in a book and it's been titled as mature. Okay, to be fair, when you read sex criminals, when you read man eaters, we're learning how to put a tampon in. As a dude, I didn't need to know that, but you know what? It is interesting facts. When I read sex criminals, I'm seeing a lot of dicks all over the place.
I just am like annoyed with the response of it when you paid for a black label book where it can be whatever it wants to be. Like, I don't think that should be the takeaway because this series, I think the first issue was awesome. Like Constantine and Batman, that's why I'm excited for issue 2. Not because I might get to see some more bat penis.
Batman Who Laughs, number 1 of 6. Scott Snyder and Jock left rattled by the events of Dark Knight's Metal. Bruce Wayne must come face to face with the nightmares spawned from the dark multiverse. That even when the evil devoured evil and the collapse of the Challenger's Mountain, the Dark Knight still has his doubts. He discovers that the Batman Who Laughs not only survived the fight with Joker at the end of Metal, but now he is enacting a sinister plan across the multiverse, something both terrifying and oddly familiar. But when Bruce Wayne realizes the only way to stop this madman is to kill him, he must consider violating the very rule Batman won't break. The same rule that created this insatiable villain, the Batman Who Laughs. Alex, what do you think? You interested in this, or is it a little too late?
I don't know. There's actually, you were talking about it just now, and I was like, I don't know how much I actually care. I'm done with Metal. I didn't actually care for Metal all that much. And no offense, this character, other than the fact that Batman Who Laughs is in Justice League, I don't know how much I care anymore.
We got Jock on art, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it wasn't for Jock on art, I would definitely not be getting this book. But just because Jock's going to be committing to 6 issues, I'm in.
But my question is, good Jock?
I don't know. In all of last week's comics, they did do like a 4-page preview of the Batman Who Laughs. And, the art looks incredible. And what Scott Snyder was writing, at least in those couple of pages, wasn't super like over the top. So it does excite me, but Scott Snyder's not the writer he used to be. But Jock's art is still on point. So
I think I'll get at least issue 1. And to be fair, I think Snyder still knows how to write a book because when I read the Witch's Bad Egg, I loved that. Was a great issue. It read strong like Snyder always used to write. If this book doesn't get too new world building, which it shouldn't, we've already passed the original 6 issues and all the extra things. If it's just about this character, then I'm all for it. And you're right, Jock is a good artist. Other than I realize Witches, when I see that art, it's meant to be hard to see. That's part of the witch's power. So I'm all for this. I'll at least give issue 1 a chance.
Detective Comics 994 getting closer and closer to 1,000. Peter J. Tomasi, Doug Mahnke, Jaime Mendoza. Batman's strangest case begins as the new creative team of writer Peter J. Tomasi and artist Doug Mahnke take over Detective Comics. Commissioner Gordon calls in the Dark Knight detective when there's a murder at Gotham City Aquarium, staged to look exactly like Thomas and Martha Wayne's crime scene, right down to the playbill. And Pearls, how does this bizarre homicide tie into the shadowy monster that attacks Dr. Leslie Thompson? This creature looks to wage a war on Batman. It's using Joker's gas to do it. Garrett, what do you think, Detective Comics? Countdown to 1,000.
Yeah. I just read issue 993, and for James Robinson, that was pretty good finale with Two-Face for that arc. But I am excited for this new creative team. Like, I really trust Tomasi as a writer. I just don't think when he knows that he has a lot of time to write, then that worries me, because I think he needs to be on a plan. Otherwise, he gets a little lost. But, Doug Mahnke is also a very great artist. So it will be fun to see that team work together. And I think, leading up to 1,000, there's going to be some crazy stuff flying. I can't believe that's already what? Do we get his Detective Comics come out twice a month now? Or is it still monthly?
No, I think it's twice a month. That's $3.99, so it must be monthly? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore. You're the one who gets it.
True. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to line it up with the anniversary of Batman's first appearance. But yeah, 1,000's coming.
1,000's coming. Wise words. Flash number 60, Joshua Williamson, Rafael Sandoval. Barry puts his fleet feet in his mouth against the next force wielder he meets. Alex, you've been reading The Flash. How's it been going?
I'm going to let everybody in on a little secret. 1, or I'm behind on a lot of books. 2, now that we're getting into the season of awards, I'm going to fall behind even more. So I don't know if this book is still good or not. I think I'm 1 issue behind. When I left at 58, it was fine. It's good. I'm hoping Flash gets a little stronger, because I feel like it has kind of wafted away from being a strong story. And I don't know if I'm just getting kind of fatigued with Joshua Williamson's writing, or if it's just maybe Flash isn't a character I like as much. But we'll find out.
I just think it's more that the plot is too slow. Like, Barry is doing this thing where he's finding all these people that can wield all these different forces, but it's like constantly him not learning anything from doing that. And that's like driving me insane. Like, I think each issue as like one shots, it's good. But like when you're trying to tell a story, like you're trying to do an overarching story, it's just boring. Like, what does it mean when you find the guy who can wield the strength force? Like, once you've dealt with the guy who can do with the strength force, well, now what? Like, he's on this force quest, quotation marks, but like, usually a quest gives you answers along the way, and so far it's just like, well, that guy's got some force powers. Oh, hey, that guy's got some force powers. It's like, okay, cool. What does that mean?
Put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's more, there's not a really clear plot with these forces, and I think they should give us some little rewards for reading those issues, like for the main plot.
Goddess Mode number 1. This is Zoe Quinn and Robbie Rodriguez. Don't miss the start of a new series by Hugo Award nominee Zoe Quinn and Spider-Gwen co-creator Robbie Rodriguez in a near future where humanity's needs are provided for by a godlike AI. There's one young woman's horrible job to do tech support on it. When Cassandra Price's life changes forever, when she discovers a hidden digital world beneath our own, one where a group of superpower women are locked in a secret war for the cheat codes to reality. This is part of Vertigo's relaunch, so if you're looking for new number 1, there you go. Goddess number 1. Speaking of new talent Showcase 2018 number 1. This is Philip Kennedy Johnson, Joe Esposito, Sonia Anwar, Ryan Caddy, Magdalene Visaggio and Robert Joffrey Lee, the latest graduates from DC's talent to development workshop, show off their skills by telling stories of some of DC's greatest characters, including Batman, Catwoman, John Constantine, Wonder Woman, and Satana, and more. So if you want to see that, see some new talent, some people are going to be big one day, there you go. Get them while they're early. Speaking of, no, never mind. Scooby Apocalypse number 32, Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, Pat O'Leaf, Tom Palmer, Gus Vasquez, Garrett, how is Scooby-Dooby-Doo going? Wait a second. Oh, never mind. That's not Fred.
Actually, it is.
What's up?
That is Fred. Fred's back from the dead.
Fred's dead, baby.
Well, he is dead, but he's back from the dead. Still dead. This book is really heating up. Daphne has completely lost it. She's like the Tomb Raider of the Scooby-Doo world. Like, she's so depressed about losing Fred, but now he's coming back trying to turn her into a monster to fight the rest of the humans to run the world. It is such a fun book, and I can't believe it's already lasted as long as it has, because almost all the other Hanna-Barbera cartoon comics are done. But I really enjoy this one. There's a reason it's successful. And I think this concept proves it, is that it's based off the characters, not necessarily what they do. So, they're not really solving mysteries in this comic, more so fighting monsters. But if you're looking for great character development, this is a good book for you.
Sideways, number 11, the Stan Didio, Kenneth Rocafort. Eric, are you still getting this book?
Yep.
And it's ending soon, right?
It is, unfortunately, but yep, yes, it is. So they just did an interlude with, kind of refocusing on everything that had happened. He Sideways lost his mom. He's kind of got a new girlfriend, and he's, the Time Lord is trying to help him and his friends out. So, it's sad that it's ending, but I'm still enjoying it. And, I think, this last arc will have Grant Morrison involved, and it's going to be a great arc to go out on.
Here we go. Superman number 6. Here you go, Gary. You got a bunch in a row here. Brian Michael Bendis, Joe Prado, Ivan Rice. How's Superman? Is it still not great, or is it picking up?
Are you getting Supergirl?
Yeah, I get Supergirl.
Okay.
The last issue of Superman was it wasn't as bad. I think I've accepted being like in this horrible universe that Brian Michael Bendis has made in this book, particularly. And I know that Jonathan Kent is coming back in one of the nearest issues. I don't know if it's this one or one coming up. So I am very disappointed in this comic. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of forcing myself to read it. I can't wait till Rogolzar gets his head chopped off by somebody. And then we never have to visit this character ever again because it's ruining the Superman title.
Wonder Woman number 60, J. Willow Wilson, Cardi Nord, and Mickey Gray. That's a standoff of mythological proportions when Wonder Woman combats the resurrected god of war, Ares. When trying to stop a war, Wonder Woman appeals to Ares to intervene with her, but he thinks the two parties should fight it out and resolve it themselves. Guess dying and coming back didn't do too much to soften Ares' M.O. Meanwhile, Sue Trevor's been kidnapped and confronts his captor, the goddess of love, Aphrodite, who's extremely pissed. Let's see Steve smoosh his way out of this one. Garrett, how's Wonder Woman going?
I really liked issue 58. It was a fun way to kind of jump back into the Wonder Woman universe. You got Ares back in the book. Sorry, spoilers if you didn't know that. But I do feel like this, I think we had Greg Rucka and then Shea Fontana and then James Robinson. Oof. And then this G. Willow Wilson. I think if you cut out James Robinson, the run would still be super great. So, I do feel like I went through some abuse reading James Robinson's run, but so glad that there's a writer who knows how to write stories about Wonder Woman, and there's great art to follow it.
Amazing Spider-Man number 11, Nick Spencer. Ryan Otley. J. Jonah Jameson has a new job as a shock jock, but is the world ready for a pro Spider-Man JJJ? More importantly, is Spider-Man ready? His post-secret identity relationship with Jonah was already complicated, but this very public embrace may put him over the edge. Spidey's definitely not ready for the Enforcers to come at him harder than ever. Alex, Amazing Spider-Man number 11, what are we thinking?
That excites me. This issue excites me. I forgot that J. Jonah Jameson knows who Spider-Man is, and I'm excited to see the Enforcers. This is one of those books that's finally getting Spider-Man back into a back to basics. It's not all world building. It's just Spider-Man being Spider-Man in New York City. We're getting to see familiar faces. Some of them are handsome. Some of them are beautiful. Some of them are fugly. This book is... You like that, didn't you?
I was like, who still uses the word fugly?
I just did. You heard it right here. You heard it first right here. This is probably getting to be one of my more favorite books. Not necessarily this issue, but I've been waiting for a long time to get back on the Spider-Man train so that hashtag guest host one and I have something to talk about where at least I can contribute and not, shit on it all the time. So by all means, I am excited to get back on the Spider-Man train and to start a new arc.
And an issue with Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson is going to be great.
Black Panther number 7, Ta-Nehisi Coates, Kevin Walker on the art, David Acuna on the cover. The next chapter of the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda starts here. The gathering of my name, the Maroons strike back. You watch them steal the Macron shard from the Empire. Now at last, the rebels are ready to show the Empire who they really are. He who put the blade where it belongs retakes his rightful title, and the Black Panther is born. Oh, it's going to be reborn. Garrett, what do you think? Black Panther number 7.
This will be the first issue, kind of back to the T'Challa side of the story. We had Killmonger the last issue. So I'm excited for the new arc. I think that there's enough, background information about our villain now. We've propelled in the plot quite a bit. So I think that we're getting close to the third act of the space story, I would say. And I'm very excited. I mean, it's very much a space opera. Lots of action, lots of cool ship fighter fights. I don't know how you say it. But I am excited for this. Kev Walker is a great artist. So I think we're just going to keep the trend with Black Panther and Captain America going, and that's going to be a great book.
All right, there we go. What happened? Oh, no, sir, excuse me. Defenders, Doctor Strange number 1, this is Jerry Dugan, Greg Smallwood, Rob Garney on the cover. The Best Defense, Part 3, in a desolate, barren landscape, the master of mystic arts fights what may very well prove to be his final battle, alone, unaided, and friendless, except what is in the bag that Stephen Strange is carrying with him. Alex, what do you think? Defenders, Doctor Strange. I'm looking at that preview. It looks pretty fantastic.
I'm actually excited for this one. That cover looks amazing. Ron Garney brought it for these covers. I didn't care for Namor. I thought Incredible Hulk was pretty great. I think this is the one, along with actually Silver Surfer, that I'm most excited for. So I'm just interested to see what this book has in store for me. Excited to see if these 4 separate issues actually do kind of tie together, because I know Hulk, if you haven't read it yet, was looking for Doctor Strange. So I don't know if we're going to find out that Hulk found Doctor Strange or Doctor Strange found the Hulk, or what will transpire. But this Defenders is an interesting read. I'm just curious to know if they actually will tie together, or if it's all going to wait until you get to that last book of Defenders.
Defenders, Silver Surfer number 1, Jason Latour, Rob Garney on the cover. The Best Defense, Part 4. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right, nor in rad is not so certain, but it falls to him who is the Silver Surfer to decide which planets live, and which will feed the unending hunger of the world-devouring Galactus. A single honest person can tip the balance, if only the surfer can find one in time. and the train rolls on. Garrett, what do you think? Silver Surfer, Jason Latour, Jason Latour?
I haven't read a Silver Surfer comic in a long time. I guess if you count Thanos Wins, maybe that barely counts. I haven't read any of Dan Slott's Silver Surfer run, so it's been a long time since I've had some Silver Surfer that I've read, and so I'm excited for this. I think, but if this is about Namor being the Silver Surfer, then I'm not excited at all. But I'm sure this is going to lead us to how that happens. So. Pretty excited.
There we go. Here is the event. Fantastic Four Wedding Special number 1. Writers Gail Simone, Dan Slott, and Fred Hemmick. Laura Bragna, Mark Buckingham, and Fred Hemmick. Carlos Pacheco on the cover. Come and celebrate the impending nuptials of the Thing and Alicia Masters with the Ladies' Night Out as only the first family of comics can do it. Guest starring She-Hulk, Medusa, Crystal, and more. It's the bachelorette party Alicia never expected, and one whose revelry will be interrupted by the arrival of a surprise supervillain. And no, we don't meet Johnny Storm. Meanwhile, the Thing has an unexpected meeting with his future father-in-law, the Puppet Master, plus Hembeck, the Fantastic Four family tree, and more. RSVP at your local comics retailers this December, and don't forget to kiss your bride. So there's 2 things about this book that I think is not being shown here, and I'm not sure if maybe I just was told lies when I read that news article, but I thought it was $7. It's showing $5 here, so that is a difference. And this still might be true. Marvel's letting this be sold at midnight, so you might have a midnight release in your area. But Alex, what do you think? Gal Simone writing this issue, you looking forward to this?
I am actually. When you had said her name, I thought, oh, all right. If I wasn't going to get this book to begin with, I'm getting it now for Gail Simone. I actually realized I missed out on other books that Gail's put out recently, but I'm hoping that she can be that saving grace I need for Fantastic Four, even if she's only on this one issue, to make me go, okay, you know what? I like these characters still. They feel like the characters that I've known. Because as everyone knows on the show, I've been struggling with this for a while. Hopefully, this is that little, I don't know what the right word would be, saving grace of a spider web coming down before I hit my head on that bridge.
This is one I'm actually not getting. I feel like they've been teasing that forever, and I know this is the big, hey, they're finally getting married, but I don't know. It just doesn't really interest me, so I'm just waiting for the next issue of Fantastic Four.
Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 1. This is Saladin Ahmed. Javi Garon, Brian Stelfreeze on the cover, balancing his normal life, schools, parents, etc. And superheroing has never been easy. But when the Rhino and a cadre of mystery criminals start plaguing Brooklyn, things take a dark turn, and Miles doesn't even know the half of it yet. Eisner Award-winning Saladin Ahmed and young gun Javier Garon bring you the latest incarnation of the coolest character in the Marvel Universe. Alex, I believe you said you were getting this, right?
I think I want to give issue 1 a try. I've been burned a couple times on Miles Morales Spider-Man. It's able to find out if this is actually worth my time or not, but I would hate to miss out on a first issue and to get that fresh feel of how this character is taken on. So I'm going to give this at least a good jump in the pool with. Yeah.
I'm going to try this too. This really excites me. Miles Morales was one of my favorite characters. When Bendis was writing him, it was pretty great. And it kind of devolved when the Ultimate Universe ended and it went to the main universe. It lost something special. So I hope at least here, it says new creative team, new direction, your new favorite book right on the cover. So I hope that is 100% true because I'm really looking forward to getting back and reading Miles Morales. So.
Did you guys read the Amazing Spider-Man annual, number 1?
No.
Ahmed, the writer of that, I just read it because hashtag #GuessWhat's1. I read his copy, and he's a great writer. So I'm super pumped for him to be on this book. I mean, this is the week that Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse is coming out, so the hype for Miles is pretty up there. So I think there's a good chance that this will be a good book.
Typhoid Fever, Iron Fist number 1, Clay Chapman, Paolo Vellinini, Typhoid Mary is stronger than ever. Spider-Man and the X-Men know that better than anyone, as they're forced to fight among themselves. As her powers grow stronger, it's only a matter of time before Typhoid Mary turns Manhattan into her own personal playground, if not her own personal ashtray. Luckily, Iron Fist is in town and willing to lend a hand, or fist, but with a master of Kung Fu, be able to stop the flames from spreading, or will he'll just add fuel to the fire. So there you go. If you don't want to read that new Iron Fist book, it seems kind of weird. It's also $5, but if you're looking for Iron Fist, there you go. X-23, Marquino, Tamiki. All new arc begins. Garrett, is that true?
Yep. This book's still been good. I think, ever since All New Wolverine ended, there are a couple of gripes that I've had where Laura, they don't explain why she's not Wolverine anymore. But they did keep Gabby around, which I was really worried they'd kill her off after Tom Taylor left. But she is a great character. And I don't know, I think the last story was really good. So pumped to see what happens next in this one.
X-Men Red number 11 says Tom Taylor and Road Antonia. Garrett, Tom Taylor, 2 books in 1 week. What do you think?
Super pumped. Actually, I got him 3 times this week because of that annual. No, I guess you're right. Sorry, I thought he was writing X-23. Yeah, this book I think I would just call X-Men. Like all the other X-Men books are just trying to do stuff weird and wonky, and this is just legit mutants trying to make the world a better place. So this is what I'm looking for in an X-Men book. I'm not looking for X-Men. I don't like, mutants fighting mutants constantly, mutants fighting humans. Like I think I want to see them as heroes, and I like that this book is about.
Boom Studios, here we go. Go. Power Rangers number 15, Ryan Perret, Eleonora Kalini, Dan Mora on that cover. The cover says it all. Trini is the new Red Ranger, and Jason is the new Yellow Ranger, and there may be some other complications too. Alex, you still getting Go Power Rangers?
I am. I actually really enjoy Go Power Rangers. I was a little weary when I saw that Dan Mora wasn't going to be doing the inside art, but he's still doing covers, which always look amazing. And honestly, the new artist does have a nice semblance, a nice look of Dan Mora's style. So it still feels like we're in the same book. And in all honesty, the best thing about this whole book in general is the focus on the characters. It's about the 5 main characters from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I actually feel like I'm a part of their life and that they do have struggles. The fact that they literally just got their outfits changed in their color form. I love this. This is an amazing book. I'm glad Garrett talked me into keeping it.
Yeah, it truly is. Like, if you really enjoy the cast of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show, this is the book to read. If you like the more encompassing universe of the Power Rangers, then that would be Mighty Morphin.
There you go. The book's for December 12th, 2018. Alex, what do you think? What are your top of your list here as the best of the week?
I think I go with the IDW on this one. TMNT Raphael number 1. I want a book that's about one of my favorite obviously there's only 4 turtles, so I like all 4 fairly evenly. But if Raphael's issue can live up to Mikey's, this is going to be a strong, strong book and a contender for one of the best of the series.
Garrett, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Batman Annual. Is it number 3? Otto Schmidt being on a book, I'm in 100%. And then one of my favorite writers is writing the story. I mean, you couldn't have sold me on a better book.
I'm going to go with Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 1. I am really looking forward to seeing where that goes. It has peaked the most of my... actually, what am I talking about? Defenders, Doctor Strange number 1. That's where I'm at, baby. It's a chai record.
You can't change your vote.
We'll go with Miles, but I really mean Doctor Strange. I'm looking forward to both those books. They look really good. Alex, so I got a question for you. We had a little. Yeah. So there was a snowstorm that was coming. Nothing really happened. Dry air, I heard from a different meteorologist. Sorry, I didn't call you and ask you.
You mean you watch other stations?
What's up?
That you don't just listen to my forecast? I am hurt.
Some guy also was outside, and he was trying to look at the sky like you do, and so I asked him. Anyways, this week, it's been warm so far. We're in the high 30s. It looks like that'll continue throughout the weekend. What is up here?
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's what December is. December can't decide what it wants. You know what? In November, you had some negative weather, in below zeros. It was cold. You had to get the coat out. You had sweatshirts out, like that fireplace. You're in December. You're in Christmas time. You know what? Most people are excited about this weather. It's just about how those jet streams form and what rain gets blocked by the Rockies. Be excited about this weather. Safe travels. We got 2 weeks before Christmas. It should be nice. Might be a couple flurries there this week, wherever you live. I only speak for the Midwest, specifically like North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa. You know what? Enjoy it. Get that hot chocolate out. Still going to be brisk, but you can wear a sweatshirt, wear a hat, get some gloves so your fingers don't get cold.
Garrett, how are the roads going to be tomorrow?
This is another busy week, so you definitely want to get to your shop early, get all those books. You might need a couple bags because there's so many coming out. But yeah, a lot of high quality, a lot of number ones. I think that kind of matches last week as well. So get to your shop early, buy your comics right at midnight so that the digital software doesn't just bug out on you. And yeah.
What? What does that mean?
I don't know. What if there's a blackout in the entire world now?
Oh, okay.
And you're not connected to the web?
Because it's going to be 12/12, and we don't know what's going to go on in 12/12. So
that's right.
Those are the comics this week. Actually, a couple things here. First, like Alex said, Christmas coming up. Our schedule will remain the same. We are working to put out an extra show for you there on Christmas, but otherwise, we shouldn't see any interruptions in the show. Also, if you want to pick up some Wednesday Comics swag, there you go. Go to Twitter, our Twitter page at Wednesday Comics, or Facebook.com/Wednesday Comics Podcast, and click the very top link to visit the store. Also, you can subscribe to the show and give the gift of the show to your friends. You can share it with them and tell them, hey, some Wednesday Comics would be good for you this year. Also, like I said, when you go to Grandma's house, she makes some cookies. Reciprocate. Give her back a gift, and it's called Wednesday Comics. Go to her computer, go to her iTunes, and subscribe her. Because the only thing better than cookies is some Wednesday Comics in your ear. My name is Marvin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett.
Hey, everyone. Keep reading those books.